Someone, can you please chant the supplication? Thank you. Everyone mute, please.
Don't you
Thank you very much. Now we're going to the opening prayer. Oh, Mother Saint beings, especially those enemies who hate me, obstructors who harm me, and those who create obstacles on my path to liberation and damnation. May they experience happiness, be separate from suffering, and save life, establish them in the state of unsurpassed, perfect, and complete precious Buddhahood. Oh, Mother Sentient beings, especially those enemies who hate me, obstructors who harm me, and those who create obstacles on my path to liberation and damnation. May they experience happiness, be separate from suffering, and save life, establish them in the state of unsurpassed, perfect, complete, and precious Buddhahood. Thus, under achieving enlightenment, I perform virtuous deeds with the body, speech, and mind. Until death, I perform virtuous deeds with the body, speech, and mind. From now until this time tomorrow, I perform virtuous deeds with the body, speech, and mind. We take refuge in the Kandaru Lama and the lineage Lamas. We take refuge in the deity of the mandalas of the Yadams. We take refuge in all the exalted Buddhas. We take refuge in the perfect Dharma. We take refuge in the excellent order of the Sanghas. We take refuge in all the noble Ragas and darkness and the Dharma gardens, possessors of the eye of wisdom. Until I attain the heart of enlightenment, I take refuge in all the Buddhas. I take refuge in the Dharma and likewise in the example of the Bodhisattvas. As previous Buddhas invested the enlightened mind and the progress of the Bodhisattvas apart. Two, for the benefit of all sentient beings, giving birth to bodhicitta, and apply myself to complete each stage of the path. In the Buddha, the Dhamma, and the Sangha most excellent. I take refuge until enlightenment is reached. By the merit of generosity and other good deeds, may I attain Buddhahood for the sake of all sentient beings. May all Mother sentient beings, boundless as the sky, have happiness and the causes of happiness. May they be liberated from suffering and the causes of suffering. May they never be separate from the happiness that is free from sorrow. May they rest in equanimity, free from attachment and aversion. Now we go to short mandala offering. Page 10a. The ground is sprinkling with the scented water and strewed with the flowers. It is adorned with the Meru, the spring mountain, the four continents, and the sun and the moon. As a Buddha fair, I offer it. May all sentient beings attain the happiness of the Buddha fair. To the lamas who possess the three kayas, I offer the altar and the sacred offerings. With my body, worth, and all that is visible, please grant me the supreme realization and enlightenment. Whatever merit I have gathered through prostrations, offerings, confession, rejoicing, beseeching, and praying, for the sake of the enlightenment of all sentient beings, all this I dedicate. Om Guru Namandra Labandha Manga Samandra Savar Samaya Aho. I call refuge, ornament of the world. Your fame provides the 3,000 words. You are the victor, Vajradhara with wardrobe. I bow at the feet of Father Jaitin Sungho. Continually I think of no one but you. Compassionate one, grant your blessings. Dispel the darkness that surrounds my heart. Please bless me so that I can realize the unlimited nature of mind. Please turn the way of the Dharma of the two worlds and the combination according to the disposition and likewise and mental capacity of sentient beings. Go to Manjushri, page 32. Long press to Manjushri. His wisdom is brilliant like the sun, free of the clouds of the two worlds, and perceive the various steps of knowledge in their true nature. For this reason, he holds the wisdom text at his heart. He has compassion for beings who suffer from the darkness of ignorance in the prison of samsara as further from only sun. Like a thunderclap, he awakened those who are sleeping in ignorance and losing the charm of karma through the 60 branch of Haramana's speech. He wears the wisdom sword to cut the settling of suffering and to dispel the darkness of confusion. In the Bodhisattva form, is pure from beginningless time, fully accomplished in the 10 levels and perfect in the body of all knowledge. I supplicate you, Manjushri, adorned by the 112 sons of Buddha, to dispel the darkness of my ignorance. Om Arabazana De Om Arabazana De Om Arabazana De Om Arabazana Om Arabazana De Om Arabazana De Om Arabazana De Om Arabazana Om Arabazana De. You who are the perfect youthful body, whose flame of wisdom bled and dispel the darkness of worldly ignorance, are posted before you and pressed to Manjushri. Okay, so now we finish opening prayer. We're going into the teaching. Everyone has a book? Thank you. So yesterday we finished the first section, shamatha meditation. So I want to remind you first a little bit before share the main teaching. When we're starting this book, so we talk about introduction first, then we talk about main body of the text. Right now we are main body of the text. So main body of the text has how to meditate on the four thoughts. That I share many times already. We use this book, Four Thoughts Meditation. Also we talk about this four thoughts meditation in the Essence of Mahayana, the teaching too. So then we talk about how to meditate on love, how to meditate on compassion, how to meditate on bodhicitta. So that's all part is called skill method part, skillful method part. This book, the whole teaching is subsumed two categories, method and wisdom. So under the bodhicitta is always called part of method. Starting yesterday, and then all rest this book all is part of the called wisdom. Just generally, we follow that way. But then of course, like each this chapter has method and wisdom both too. So just generally, this how to meditate four thoughts, love, compassion, bodhicitta, that part is called method part. Then yesterday we into shamatha meditation. So I already talked a lot about benefit of this shamatha meditation. So today I don't have to talk again. If you meditate shamatha, you are happy, enjoy person. That is no question. So if you want to happy and joy, peaceful, so have to meditate shamatha. Shamatha meditation bring all the happy, joy, and peace. So then that happy, joy, peace is not auto level happy, peace, and joy. This is called inner level, bring inner level happy, joy, peace. So that means like more permanent, inner level is more permanent. Outer level, something, conditions make you joy and happy, peace is really temporary. It's always relative. So you can get easily, but it can be lost very easily. So same is like weather, you know, and like then jobs, like your friends, relatives, many things, all is auto level, talking about the joy and the peace, happy, auto level. So auto level is you can get easy but easily lost. And then this one, shamatha meditation, bring peace and happy is inner level. That means like wherever you go, whatever situation you are, so you are always happy and joy. This practice helps you like always peace and joy. Not yesterday I already shared, not only this life, this benefit is go to future life too. So then think about Pardo. So Pardo beings, why there's so much suffering and fear in there? Because their mind is no peace, no relax. That's why there's so much fears. And so who meditate shamatha, when you get in the Pardo, the mind is no fear and no much suffering there, same as regular people. Because you when the who meditators, shamatha meditators get in the Pardo, their mind is also relax, peace, and recognize what they have to do. You know, your mind is calm, then you know what you have to do. If your mind is not calm, is followed by emotion, then whatever we do, things is like actually emotion control us. Emotion make decision, everything. So we support for emotions, and we follow the emotion. So then emotion create always a suffering. You meditate shamatha, your mind is calm, relaxed, no emotion control. So then you can really make decisions, what is correct, what is wrong. So you have ability to do that. Usually our mind is no ability anything because emotion control. So this shamatha meditation helps our minds become independent and ability to do things. So can make decisions. Usually our minds are not independent because the emotion controlled us. So all decision, whatever we do, emotion make decisions. And then mind, emotion controlled, no ability to do their own natural way, or is a emotion control, so they might know any freedom. So meditation means actually we're going to get freedom. Think about our mind is no freedom, always this emotions controlled. So then how you going to get freedom, your mind, have to meditate. Shamatha meditation helps you get freedom. Yeah, so then think about, usually we talk about the freedoms. Actually, in this world, no one has freedom. They're all beings' mind is controlled by emotions. So who has freedom is who can control their own mind, free from emotions. That person has freedom. Yeah. So then that's the reason, like the long story is like when Milarepa was resigned in Himalaya mountain, close to Nepal somewhere. And then Nepal king asked him to, come to Nepal, and he going to offerings, and he, wanted to make very famous for Milarepa. So he sent people to invitation to Milarepa. And then this who person who delivered the information sent this invitation, give it to Milarepa. So he told Milarepa, "Oh, you are very lucky person because the king asked you to come." And so usually king no possible like that. It's kind of you, you are beggar. Poor person, like you get invitation. You are very lucky. So you have to go to Nepal and, king give you offerings and treat you very good way. So Milarepa said, he is not king, I am the king. I'm the king in the world. So I don't have to go there. He denied it. He said he's not going there because I'm king of the world. So the main point, he's king because his mind is already get freedom. He don't need that kind of like respect and offerings. It's nothing benefit for him. That is not important for him. He already go more beyond that. So that is like just regular our beings perception and thought. Someone has already high realizers, then that is like just nothing. That kind of doing things like just kids play. Not important anything there. No any essence. So then this guy who delivered a message, he's upset. He said, "You are really wrong. You are crazy." So Milarepa told him, "So I'm not crazy." So there also another story talk about Milarepa sees all other beings crazy. Worldly all beings crazy. Worldly beings seeing Milarepa crazy. So yeah, like that kind of lots of stories. Like it's really good to you read the Milarepa's story, and then meditate. And sometimes before you go to meditate, like just read one thing of Milarepa's story and then meditate. That's really helpful your mind. It's Milarepa. He meditate that not only he liberate, no, he who heard Milarepa's name, who read his story, people wanted to meditate. People wanted to practice Dharma. Why is that? Because his power of his practice, his compassion, his dedications. So in that time, of course, like people see, oh, Milarepa not really compassion, like something like he denied many things what people says. He don't listening to what people says. Lots of like people think, oh, he's rude, he no compassion. But that compassion is like not same as regular people thinking. That compassion is more beyond than that. So now we can see his compassion is benefit still so many beings. So many beings. Because even you hear the Milarepa's name and it comes to devotion. That's also his compassion and his practice blessing. And then, of course, who read the Milarepa's this 100,000 song, this biography and the song together, that person has become really follow the Dharma. So Milarepa spread all the Dharma in the world. So Marpa Losa also recognized he is the same as the sun. So the story is like when Milarepa, he went to meditate in the retreat, and then he has a dream. His mother is passed away. So he has a dream. So exactly what happening? That kind of dream he has comes. Then he just lived from his retreat place and early morning come down to the Marpa Losa's house. So then he come into Marpa Losa's home. So Marpa Losa is sleeping. So when Milarepa get in there, he don't want to wake up Marpa Losa. He just sit down and meditate. And then sun is directly, come from the window to hit the sun is hit Marpa Losa's head. So then suddenly Marpa Losa wake up. So he said, "What happened? Why you are here?" So anything you get these obscurations in your retreat, what happened here? What happened? Why you come here today? So then Milarepa told all his dream what happening. Then Marpa Losa told him. So yeah, so you have to go home. The reason is you go home, your practice become more successful. You recognize samsara. And then also we cannot meet together in this life. If you ghost today, so maybe a couple of days after, I don't know how long, like maybe he said, you ghost now from here, so we cannot meet together. The reason is when you come into my room, I'm sleeping. So that means we cannot meet in this life, face to face. And sun is hit to my head, so that means like you are same as the sun. So feature so many beings, you can benefit feature many beings, same as the sun. So you spread all the dharma. So that's Marpa Lotsa perfect size for him, you know. So then, of course, like this story goes long. It's really amazing. The stories like Marpa Lotsa, he don't want to send Malarepa back to his home, but it's like he recognizes that already time is come, you know. Time is already there. He have to go. So then Marpa Lotsa make some, you know, the tour offering and send it to Malarepa in the many miles, like he work together with him. And then Marpa Lotsa post station to Malarepa post station to Marpa Lotsa, he goes slowly, and then all the way like Marpa Lotsa just watching him and to cross the mountain to Kino, Sia. So Malarepa also almost try to go back to, you know, Marpa Lotsa's place. He just crying. Then he just left. He saying he needed to go home. So that story is really beautiful. Many people who read the area, the stories like everyone has like strong feeling, devotion, and you know recognize what teacher means, what student means, like but the between the relationships. It's really beautiful. So the when you meditate, the main point is like think about the Malarepa, always get blessing. So you read like some, you know, only if you cannot read the whole thing, just one, you know, song of the realization and then meditate, or just visualize Malarepa and meditate. Because due to his all effort, Malarepa so much put effort, sacrifice everything, you know. So much put effort, meditate. So that blessing is for us. Even we don't have to do that, but Malarepa blessing for us, we can get, you know, use, practice, meditate, Dharma, and get realization. So that's why it's called, that's the reason it's called the blessing lineage. Then Malarepa after see Gambopa, or Malarepa has so many disciples, you know the story. And then Gambopa, he has so many disciples. And then of course like all the Jigten Sungong. So Jigong Kaju, like it's become like the follower Jigten Sungong is 18 Treso Jobje means like 180,000 months and the nuns follower 180,000. So that is that is the like most number in history Tibetan. You know, no any lineage has 118,000 monastics follow the Jigten Sungpa. So then he said like uh 5,555 sent to in the Moon Kalasha meditate, and 5,555 sent to and the Taru is another holy place. So he sent there, and uh, one 5,555 something sent to and the Lachi. So these three major places you can know the history. You know, he sent these disciples to practice, meditate. Uh, so that is the like highest level. That time is like monastic in the history, Tibet history. So that's all is like blessing by Marpa Losa, Malarepa, all these lineage teachers. And this practitioners always become realization, realizers. So sometimes we think, oh, Milarepa did so much hardship, so difficulties, and no one can do that, or we think we cannot enlightenment. But thing about Milarepa is like everyone prays to Milarepa, everyone homage to Milarepa. Even we don't get at that level, but we can get like some same as other his disciples, same as realization, liberation. So Milarepa, he did all this like put effort, it's blessing. We get blessing, we get put the Dharma practices more easy. Someone created the path, so then we can walk through that, go through that. So first who crossing some no road, no path, someone create a path and go get the where they have to go. So then after that, follow that is easy, right? So we have followed the Milarepa, so what he did and practice meditation. We don't have to go to like, if you can, of course, you can go to the caves. But if you don't have to go, but you can stay in the home, meditate, use his, what he did, like same thing about your house, your room, your meditation room is visualize the Milarepa's cave. Then you think yourself is same as a Milarepa. So then you meditate, practice. You can get a realization. Okay, so now we go into the shamatha meditation. Shamatha, yesterday we talked about this as like meditation with two kinds of shamatha. So we talked the two kinds of shamatha. Meditation with the reference point and meditation beyond the reference point. So we have that two categories. You have to recognize that. So then the first one, so shamatha meditation with reference point. First one is reference point, with reference point, with. So that has with focal object, and it can be with the focal object can be divided into two categories. So with focal object has two categories. With the focal object, one is focused with object. So your just mind is like resting, whatever you see something, just resting with that object. So yesterday I already talked a lot about this section. If you are already used to meditate using focal object, then you can meditate everywhere, any place is okay. If you are really used to that much, then you do meditate is the same place, it's better, same place. Using same object and the same place is better. Then you are a little bit used to that, then you can meditate everywhere, wherever you sit down, and just pick up anything in front of you, like kind of no moving, no shaking, and a stable object, then mind resting with that object. So your eye have to get to that object. When your eye gets to that object, it's really softly open, eye very softly open. Don't too tight, otherwise your eye get hurt. It's difficulty, so that's like, when I meditate before, I get problem eyes, like eye too tight, I didn't recognize, so needed to really softly get the object, eye open very softly, looks like almost close, someone looking to you, oh yeah, he's low close, his or her is like eyes closed, that kind of way, you see the object but not close. That kind of way you have to meditate, that's great for your eye. So otherwise, like you meditate longer, it hurt your eye. Then don't use the white color. white color is not good, you know, too bright. So smaller is better, you know, bigger object is like sometimes not really easy, like small tiny is good for me, but I don't know, it's individually has different, you know, ways. Some need maybe bigger, some need maybe smaller. For me, I like small tiny ones because something like mark in the like ground or something small tennis I can focus, that is easy. So mine also a little bit go more subtle level, small one is better for me, but I don't know, so just which is good for you. So you have to recognize which is better for you. Maybe some days like small one better, maybe some days bigger one better, so you have to recognize when you meditate. uh, so pick up that object and the mind resting much ever you can, then you can really feel and recognize mind is settled down. Be with the resting with object, and then your mind get really peace abiding. So that is called, Tibetan is called Shir Ne. Shir means is like peaceful, Ne means abiding. So then your mind is like resting with object, peaceful abiding arise. So then that time, you know, you can visualize the Yadam deity also easy, and you in going into Mahamudra meditation also possible. First, always like good step, you just focus with some object, rest in mind, meditate. It is like 5-10 minutes, you know, resting. And then your mind is peaceful, relaxed, be there, and more stable. And then you log into your mind nature. So that's where it's usually go into the higher level meditation. So you need always a step. First step is shamatha meditation. Focus with object is very great to do that. Yeah, so that way you meditate. Then today is we are going to second section. The second category is page 52. It's shamatha that has a focal object but not a changeable visual object. So changeable visual object is first already just like your mind resting with object, focus with the object, that one. So we're going to practice it today, 7 o'clock in this shamatha meditation. When you have time, please join 7 o'clock. We're going to meditate. And then you can also ask questions. We can, if you have a share something, you can share that we can do at 7 o'clock today. So then shamatha that has a focal object but not a tangible visual object. This category has two further subcategories: meditation with a focus on the breath and meditation without a focus on the breath. So this one has two categories. Two categories: meditation with focus with breath. So meditating without a focus on breath. So it's no focus with breath. Two categories. This is second section, second category. So the first meditation with breath is very important too. That one is most important too. So this last one without a focus, so meditating without a focus on the breath, that is the hardest one. That is a very hard and difficulty one. But when you meditate shamatha, so with focus with object and focus with breath. So this two is a very popular practice, meditation. This two is very similar too, but depend the individual, you know, need different. But good is like you have to practice both. Practice both is good. Like for me, used to focus with object mostly. When I meditate shamatha, focus with object is easy. Do like meditate focus with breath is harder. So I do more focus with the object. Then slowly I try to more focus with the breath. It's like both are like kind of similar, same, doesn't matter which is, using object is same. And which is difficulty, don't think about all difficult. I don't want to do that. I wanted to only focus with object, or someone focus with breath, or I want to focus with breath. Don't do that. Just practice both. Create balance, because this both we need the different situations. Sometimes like you need focus with breath. Sometimes you need focus with object. Sometimes you need both. Practice both. So that's the reason. Try to get equal and practice both often and often. So breath is also very, very good. We think about, we always have a meditation object support, but we don't recognize. The reason is 24 hours we are breathing, you know. So that thing about that means like you 24 hours you have a support meditation, but we don't practice. So now you think about your breathing, you use your breath is meditation. So breath is really, really helpful. Your mind is be with the breath, then mind also very easily let go thoughts, let go fixations, let go emotions. So breath is very powerful, can support your mind. So your mind is not be with the breath, then that means like your mind is follow the thoughts, follow the emotions. So that is the causes of suffering. When your mind is be with the breath, means like you already let go thoughts, let go emotions already. And then when your mind is be with the breath, then naturally mind is like kind of like settle down, resting, be with the breath. Then you can naturally your mind is get peace and relax. So often and often you meditate, like focus with the breath, then whatever you do, you know, you always have support there, meditation support there. Even you are in your bed, you are breathing, so you think about you off the light, your turn off your light. You don't see anything, so still you can meditate, focus with your own breath. And of course, like you are in the breath, in the bed or anything like where you sit down, just close eye and focus with the breath. Also very great, meditate. Very easy to do that. So people has the caution is when you when you focus breath, have to close eye or not. So when you focus with the breath, good is not close eye, but sometimes you close eye also okay. Uh, Close eye is like bring the become fogginess. Fogginess. Sometimes like you get your mind follow the thoughts, but you don't recognize. Closed eye is like more foggy, and you don't recognize. Open eye is helps for you because you avoid everything. You avoid. Oh yeah, I'm follow the thoughts. You see the object and you something going on. You that remind you again. Helps helps you. You know. You know. Recognize your thoughts. Your mind follow the thoughts. So mine is like meditate with focus with the breath. Its benefit is like you really recognize easily. Like you meditate 10 minutes, you can feel, you recognize. Especially when you have so much thoughts going on. So you want to stop that right away. Just mind resting, focus with the breath. it's really helpful. Your mind is settled down. You know, get mind be with the breath. Is your mind is naturally into the peace. Let go all the thoughts. Not easy to get rid of thoughts because our mind is already too used to that. Follow the thought. So this tool is really great. You know, focus with the object, focus with the breath helps mind can get rid of thought. This is like for beginner practitioners. This tool is called support. Why is it called support? Means like beginners need support when we meditate. We are not independent meditator. Independent means like you have ability already. Without support, you can go into the natural state. So that means like already good meditator is practitioner. So we are beginner. When we meditate, we need this support. Without the support, you know, you cannot get rid of thoughts. So support is like someone cannot do themselves. Someone help you to can do that. So same like that, you know. Someone don't see the road where they have to go, you know, because blind. And then who has eye, they give you hand and they take you to right direction. So that is a support. Uh, that same like that, you know, this object is supporting for our own meditation, our meditation. Then someone like falling in the ground, they cannot get up, so someone give a hand to get up, you know. So like that, this is a, that kind of, this is the support meditation, like object, focus with object or focus with breath. This is a support. This too is a support. And then breath is a very popular meditation, mind resting with the breath. So we go back to all, you know, you if you next time you have time, and this all Buddha's Kanjo text is coming into English. Zonsan Chense Rinpoche has a, you know, organizing this is a project is like this, or Buddha's Kanjo text is a translation to English. So you read this when you have time, you know, you read that part some, and that time is like Buddha when he give teaching his student, or with following practice meditation is like these two categories: focus with object, focus with breath. Even the monks going to bake the food, the on the way is always mind be with the breath, their own breath. Yeah. So then that time is like no any like cars like these transportations, everyone walking on the road, so bare the feet. So that helps mindful, and then walking meditation with breath, using breath, you know, meditate. So they're crossing all this India, different, that time is different kingdoms. So they cross different kingdoms on the path, on the road every day. Journey, you know, 1 month is going on the road. So that all is on the road, that focus with the breath. That's why not tired. Mind is be with the breath, not tired, you know. So then also that helps for, I think it keeps the body's energy too. Even they don't get food the right time, so they are okay because minds be with the breath. The body also get, you know, kind of like more energy. And then when these monks crossing all this India, going everywhere, so people who see them, it naturally comes devotion, and everyone want to follow them. The reason is when they see it, the face is very peaceful. And then body walking is like no any distractions, nothing, these objects, no distractions. When the walks, like body movement is so smoothly, very smoothly moving. And then the see there is like very peaceful joy. So that's the reason then the journey on the road actually benefiting other people. And when they see the monks and then they wanted to follow, so that's why it's so many become followers. So Buddha said, like my followers, the same is become ocean. All this different water stream is all in come to the one, one in the ocean. Same like that. It's already increasing, like thousands, thousands, thousands. So if they always stay in the retreat heart, they cannot increasing like that kind of followers. So they are on the road, bake the food and the journey on the road. So mind always resting with the breath. Then using everything is like meditation or whatever they're doing is like meditating, focus with the breath. And then the people see they are peaceful, happy, joy. And that's why everyone want to follow. Then, of course, where Buddha resigned, like in his disciples, the retreat hut or monastery, when the people comes, lay people and the king, they come to there. When they get into there, it's like very peaceful, totally different than the city, other town, totally different other people. If there live like thousands of monks, but no any noisy, nothing problems going on there. It's everyone very peacefully, like, and when you get there, it's like just feeling is totally different. And so why that happening that? Because everyone with their own breath. Everyone that be with own breath. There no emotions, there no thoughts, there they don't have to, do anything, right? No need to create any problems there. No problems. So that's the reason, like very peaceful. Everyone is peaceful. Everyone can get that energy too. Okay, so it's like I'm just sharing with you that is focus with the breath, focus with the object. Sometimes we think it's very easy, simple. It's for beginners. I don't have to do that, but we always lost most important. Uh, so you have to recognize that this is a very important shamatha. Without the shamatha meditation, is like no ground, no basic. So someone can introduce you natural mind, but maybe you recognize, but you cannot get into that you can like this easily lost. Same is the like neck time. Even you cannot see your body. So thunder like lightning comes, like you can see path, but that's very short, then go, right? That kind, like sometimes they introduce like teachers like who are realizers, they giving special teachings, introduce us natural mind, we recognize, but it's that is like just goes like that, we cannot say, oh, we don't recognize, but we recognize, but we cannot, like how to say, I don't know, the maintaining that, or we cannot really always be in that level, because without this practice, without this shamatha meditation, uh, so I read like many other teachers' story too. They all talk about this shamatha is so important. Without the shamatha, they really cannot get any other level practice. So some teachers say like their practice Mahamudra and follow the their own guru. Their own guru talk about this the the Mahamudra meditation, like how to release the thoughts, emotions, watching the thoughts and the emotion, transforming these things. He said it's great. But he tried to practice in years, like do that way. But when he practiced, like kind of feel a little bit, then when he finished practice, like not be there always, it's gone again. So when he tried to practice that, he can be that way, kind of fears, but then no practice is like emotion comes, thought comes, just they're controlled, emotion and the thought controlled. So then he think, oh, my teacher is like high realized, he can't do that. So he said he went back to shamatha meditation, 3 years, only focus with object and breath, no any other using. So only focus that 3 years after, then he recognized his like mind stable and he practiced Mahamudra. Then he said, like he really, Mahamudra practices become powerful and useful, like benefit. So that's like I think it's a good advice for us. We can, of course, like sometimes we can meditate Mahamudra, we can practice Yidam Dedis, but also we have to always pay attention, focus this shamatha. When you go into practice Yidam Dedi, meditate shamatha, and when you go into the meditate Mahamudra, meditate shamatha, first your mind is calm and relax, like that kind you have to create. Then sometimes like, you only focus with the shamatha meditation. So you don't have to do 100% 3 years only shamatha. So shamatha meditation, we have to practice often and often with other practice. So then that helps, bring all together, practice, bring all together. Then this all practice is a benefit for us. Okay, so that's I want to share with you. The first subcategory refers to keeping one's intention on the in-breath, the out-breath, and the moment between inhalation and exhalation. However, do not get caught up in thinking that this is the in-breath, or no, I am exhaling, and so forth. So this meditation is focused with breath. First step is you have to follow the kind of mindful meditation breath. So yeah, like kind of doing more effort 3 times or 9 times, like you have to do inhale, exhale, put more effort, gross level. Then you meditate slowly, like step by step, come down, settle down, and then like your tongue is touched behind the teeth, very softly open, kind of like you're not really breathing. You can recognize yourself. You are just breathing. Recognize yourself. Someone like watch you. You are not breathing, but you recognize yourself. You are breathing. Your mind is be with breath. It's very subtle level breath. Your mind can be very subtle level breath. If you can be that, then that is a shamatha meditation. That is helps your mind is peace. If you be in that kind of like, like subtle level breath, mind focus with that, be with that, then your mind is different than usually, totally different. Then you can get your own experience. So that's what our talks you cannot recognize if you not practice yourself. Then actually, think about this. We do the mindful meditation with breath. It's a gross level that let go thought. Mind is bring back with your breath. The mind is bring back with the breath. So then you do that, and then slowly you have to go more settle down. Your mind also calm down, then your breath also settle down. So your mind is more relaxed, your breath also go more subtle level, your mind also goes subtle level, and then your mind recognize, your own breath, but someone watching you is actually you are not really breathing. So your mind recognize you are breathing like circling. So your mind be with that, then become your mind is really into the shamatha, like subtle level. It's that time then you can feel peace and relax, joy, and beyond the thought, beyond the we expressions or beyond the words. So if you can share somebody, people don't recognize, you can recognize yourself. So your mind is really, really into the nature, subtle level. Uh, so that is called shamatha, focus with breath. So usually we think, oh, I meditate shamatha, focus with breath. It's kind of a mindful meditation, like gross level, not really subtle level. And if you more going into subtle level, focus with breath, it's take little time to come down to into that level. You cannot really directly go into subtle level, focus with breath. You can focus with the gross level first, then go into subtle level. Okay, so that's you have to recognize, meditate. You hello, can you hear?
Hi, Khenpo.
You're back.
I have to change it. Lost the connections. Sorry about lost connection. So now I change it to my phones. No same as iPad. I cannot see many people. Okay. So then the odd we cannot, the first category refer to keeping one's intention in the breath. So the off breath and the moment between inhalation and exhalation. However, do not get caught up in thinking that this is the in breath or no, I'm exhaling. So if you do that, it's kind of like more mindful, like first step, not really shamatha. When you're into subtle level, don't think about no, I'm in breathe, no, I'm exhalation. So get rid of this thinking. Don't think about that way. So when your mind is become very go subtle level, focus with the breath, you don't have that kind of thinking too. If you think that way, then not shamatha. And so forth. Simply use the breath as a point of reference to anchor your awareness and rest it there as long as possible. Then your mind is be with your subtle level breath. Awareness recognize your mind is there, but always followed by your subtle level breath. When you meditate, focus that way is like you meditate 20, 30 minutes, is feel very peace and joy. So that part is a very, very important section. To summarize the main point here, the very definition of meditation is resting mind just as it is. So that is the meditation. Meditation has two categories. The intellectual meditation and the resting mind. So this is a part of the resting mind meditation. So resting mind, the definition of meditation is like rest mind just as it is in the natural state. When your mind is busy with the breath, then your mind is become go into the resting just as it is. Then when you meditate this shamatha, focus with the object or focus with the breath, your mind is really going into subtle level, is resting. Then easy to go into Mahamudra. Then you really can recognize your mind nature. If without this true shamatha meditation practice, not possible to recognize your own nature. So in its natural state, without being convoluted by concepts and projections of confusion, the purpose of meditation is not to vanquish the conceptual tendency of mind to grasp at awareness. So the why we meditated, meditation, the purpose of meditation is like the conceptual tendency of mind to grasp at awareness. We have a lot means we have a very strong grasping and our mind's fixation to the object. Meditation helps that, vanquish that. Is to vanquish the conceptual tendency of mind to grasp at awareness. So then that too is a focus with object. So note the second category that does not involve focus on the breath, involves simply resting the mind without placing one's intention on a particular object and abiding in awareness just as it is. This is the third part of the shamatha meditation. This third part is very hard, not easy, because no support object. So without the support object, it's not easy for beginners. But you practice these first two more and often. Then this third comes easy. If without this first two, the number third, without focus object is not possible. So the last one is kind of like more independent meditation. Independent meditation means we don't use any support. So first is has like support. Same is like, in the Western culture, kids is be with the parents until 18, parents support for them, right? When you're 18, then you have to get your own life, like you have to do yourself independently. So first, when they go to independence, like if they don't have a job and they not much make money and hard, right? So like that, when you get in this third level, it's harder. So first two always has a support, helping your mind can be, relax, peace. Support helps us. Using object, regular object, or breath helps. But when you get in the third level, no any support. You be independent. And how you get that level on independent, you have to practice first two. If you don't practice first two, you cannot get this third one. So this third part is usually people think is shamatha, vipassana meditation. People think that is vipassana, but actually not vipassana. Still is shamatha, no using any object. It's shamatha, not vipassana. I know like many people think that is the vipassana, not shamatha. But actually that not vipassana, it's shamatha, still in shamatha. The last part is. The last part is what you have to do, just let go object. You know, focus with breath, let go. Focus with objects, let go. Then your just minds become aware, awareness, recognize aware, no follow the thoughts. Then just be that way, and just minds not follow the thoughts, not follow the object, and just aware, be peace, no release, particularly specifically using any object focus. Just minds ever, you know, not thinking about anything, and not using any support. So that is called this last part of shamatha. Not into vipassana. Vipassana is like you have to look into your natural mind. So this one not looking into natural mind, but you just be there, you know. Example, you see some object. So you see clearly that object is there. Presently be there. But you not really look into that object, you know what how much costs, which kind of value there, and which kind of object you don't investigating, but you don't research anything, not looking into that. Just you see that this is be there, like kind of like that. Your mind is be there, present, not looking into your mind, not using focus any object. So that is this last part of this shamatha meditation. So kind of like bridge to the shamatha and the vipassana. Bridge, you know, going into the vipassana meditation. Shamatha meditations, actually the most important is this first two, focus with the object and focus with the breath. But then your minds become, you know, more stable. Then without this any object, your minds can be there, you know, presently, and no follow the thoughts, and just independently you can be, your mind is like not be there, you know, without using any object support. So no, like our mind is not stable. That's the reason this meditation is like very hard to introduce. If your mind is like stable, then this meditation you recognize what means, you know, you don't use any object, but mind be there, present, and aware, not really looking into the mind, but you just be there, stable, and not follow the thoughts. So that's this third category. The second category that does not involve focus on the breath and involves simply resting the mind without placing one's intention on a particular object and abiding awareness just as it is. So your awareness recognizes your mind is stable, present, not follow the thoughts. Whatever arises, just rest in the empty nature, not getting caught up in a fixating on emptiness or fixating on clarity. When a thought arises, cut through it immediately as described above. So here is going into shamatha, is going into the vipassana. So this meditation is like into vipassana. resting mind, no using focus object is like, when you rest in your mind, then, so here says, the mind without placing one's intention on particular object and abiding in awareness, just as it is, then you really easy to, you can see your mind nature. Whatever arises, so whatever thoughts, emotion arise, just rest in the empty nature. So meditate empty nature means like when you rest in your mind, then that is stay in the empty nature, because don't follow the not follow the thoughts, not getting caught up in fixating on emptiness or fixating on clarity. So then that time is you're not thinking about, oh, mind is clear, or mind is empty, or my mind is follow the thoughts and the fixation to the object, like that kind, or whatever thoughts comes, let go. Just be present, aware. That is this last part of shamatha. When a thought arises, cut through it immediately as described above. See, this is shamatha means when thought comes, cut through the right way. That means actually kind of reject. Thought is reject. So then mind is be present. No using any object, focusing, but present. Be present and awareness recognize. So thoughts that comes, right away cut. And thoughts, no accepting, no follow the thoughts. Thoughts, we have to reject, cut the thoughts, reject, right away, reject, cut the thoughts. So this is a shamatha means like cut the thoughts. Vipassana, not cut the thoughts. Vipassana, who meditate Vipassana, that person has more ability. Mind is more ability than this shamatha meditator. So Vipassana meditator, when thought comes, no rejecting thoughts, but they don't accept the thoughts. Realize the thoughts, then just let go and not cut right with it. Just liberating thoughts. We can say liberating thoughts, because not follow the thoughts. And you see that you have a thought, not try to cut, not try to reject, but let arise thoughts. Then thoughts, you recognize thoughts is there, but then no following. So thought is naturally released. So that is a vipassana. Shamatha is cut through the thoughts. So that's the difference. Now we are going into, so this meditation, like shamatha, there are two kinds of shamatha we already talked. Meditation with reference point and meditation beyond reference point. So now we are going into beyond the reference point, beyond the reference point. The second main category of shamatha, meditation without focal point, also has two subcategories. So this has two subcategories, but this two is kind of more method using for shamatha. These last two categories, like the actually part of a method. The main point of shamatha meditation is focus with object, focus with breath. That too is main essence of the shamatha meditation. The result is no using any object. Your mind becomes stable and be aware and be present. So that is the result of the first two meditation. Then when you meditate shamatha, you have to use this method. Which kind of method we have to use here? Two subcategories: focus, concentration, and relaxation. Focus, concentration, and relaxation. This two is followed by individual. For the first subcategory, sit with the straight posture and expel the stare breath.
sharpen your awareness with the resolve not to allow yourself to follow after any thoughts of the three times. Rest in the state of clarity and emptiness, and immediately cut through all the movement of thoughts. So this is the last, the last like two section. Last like no is last means like second main category of shamatha meditation. So without a focal point, this one has two categories. It's followed by individual. The first like concentration. What means concentration? It's kind of more sharper, sharper, and stay tightness, called tightness. This one is followed relaxation and tightness. So first is tightness. First subcategory, sit with a straight posture, means people who has sleepy mind and who has fogginess, who has so much lazy to go into the practice, lazy, and okay, I wanted to do tomorrow, no, today I cannot, I'm tired, so, oh yeah, today I want to be with my family, I want to be with friends, or I have to go to shopping, and I have to do something, these things, like so much worldly things going on, cannot stop that. Someone cannot stop that. But worldly, this activity, some is very important. You must have to done. Some just, you can change the time. Some is like you really not necessary to do. So many people don't recognize that, or whatever worldly situation, this kind of like things arise, then they follow that all the time. So that kind of person, no time to meditate, no possible, always going on something, is follow the lazy and distraction. Then also someone wanted to meditate, fogginess, sleepy. So that kind of person need to use this first method. The strict posture, and also your mind also have to strong, cut through. Then body also sit strict posture, like tight up your body, not just lay into the chair, let down into your bed, not that kind of a meditating. So strict posture and expel the stable breath. So their mind is like focus with breath or focus with object. Sharpen your awareness. Your mind is like really sharpen. Try to, not allow any thoughts. Tightness, called tightness. Tight up. Your mind needed to tighten up. Your body needed to tighten up. With the resolve not to allow yourself to follow after any thoughts of the three terms. So say, no, I'm not going to follow thoughts. No past thoughts, no future thoughts, no present thoughts. I want to cut all this through thoughts. So reject all thoughts, reject all your worldly activity. Whatever you're doing is just cut through there. Say, no, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to meditate. So you have to cut through. Rest in the state of clarity. Then your mind is rest, state of clarity and emptiness, and immediately cut through all the movement of thoughts. So cut through all your activities, whatever you're doing, body, mind. So speech, all is cut through, and put effort, meditate. So that we need, because we are first beginner, always going on something, the spiritual meditation is not first priority. Our first priority is all these worldly things. And who has that problem? So have to cut through. And who cannot manage your time and have to cut through. So who has lots of thoughts going on, have to cut through. Your body is tired, have to cut through. You know, you have sleepy, fogginess, you have to cut through. So that's always a method. Everything you use, strong method, very strong method. Yeah, it's good for beginners. Because we are beginning last time until now, our, you know, not tied up. We are already too loose. Follow the orderly, follow the you know, emotions, and follow the thoughts, and fogginess, sleepy, laziness. So lost. We are too loose. You're too loose to go into the worldly direction, you know. So now we're going to put into the spiritual direction. You have to tie it up. Everything you have to cut, okay? So if you wanted to meditate, like when you wake up morning, usually people has calendars. Okay, so log to your calendar. I have to do that. If must, I have to do that. Or if I don't do that today, it's okay. If like your mind, okay, I'm going to cook today like fancy food. Think about the morning, okay, that is really I have to do or not? Or not really necessary to do that. You know, if you cut through that, you so much cut through, because if you're thinking about the fancy food, you have to go to shopping for that. And you have to go to many grocery. Your time is so much food there. So when you get that so much cooking, you know, and then you make that food, and then of course eat time, it's actually your time is all gone there. You think about, oh, I don't have to do that because I can eat this just simple food, something good for your body, and easy to get, easy to eat, and good food, something, you know, you can think about like that way, you know, then you cut so much your doing worldly things. So that kind of, you know, like, oh, you have to think about it. You think, oh, I have to go to shopping, right? Really, you have to go shopping? Some is not really important, you know. Say, okay, I don't really have the need, you know. Just I don't need it. So then cut through that. And so that kind of way you can manage your time is put a lot for the practice of Dharma. You have time, but usually we don't recognize. We are too loose. So now we have to tighten up that part, okay? So that's the reason this first subcategory is a sit with a straight posture and expert the stable breath, sharpening your awareness. So this all is for that kind of method. We have to use, you know, not to lose. So that is really for beginners. So beginners means like our mind is very easy to follow worldly things. Some things we don't have to do, but just we cannot stop that. So that's the reason we are beginners, and this helps. You have to cut through so many these worldly things. Daily your activity, you can cut through so many things. Some you don't really have to do. Some is already you habituate, but you really look to yourself, you know, check again, you don't have to do. Because it's like time is changing, days is changing, our life is changing. You don't have to do all the like thing like before what you're doing. So you can cut through that so many things. Our habituate fixation, don't want to let go that, but some is you let go is very good. Not necessarily holding the things. Make sense or no? So that's I understand. Like we here in Westerner culture, people doing something used to that, that cannot let go of that. And then fixation to already that, without that thing is like losing something and so important, but you really love to that, situations, not necessary, not really necessary. So you can let go of that. And also you cook the food. So like you used to like go to many different grocery and get grocery, you get different kind of food. No, it's lockdown, like this kind of virus is there. And you really think about, I really need everything what before I need, Just some is like you have to let go. You don't have to go get everything what you before you doing things. Like you just let go, because always changing situations, and change so many things going on. So that way you can cut through so many things. Really help to your worldly, like your daily life management. This category helps you that. Then you get time to meditate and practice. Okay? So that's the first one. Then the next subcategory is relaxation. So next subcategory, relaxation, is opposite of the first one, concentration, focus, concentration, and relaxation is like opposite each other, not same. So that's why we have to know, when you meditate, always different situations, like you have like different kind of conditions, you have to apply different method. We have to change our method. Next category is relaxation. When you are meditating as described above, and you started to get restless or grow weary of meditating, so then when you into the meditate, you recognize your mind is too tight, your body is too tight, or whatever you're doing is too tight. Then you have to go into relaxation. So shamatha meditation, very important. This first concentration is very important. This last one is relaxation, is more we apply in the vipassana. Vipassana have to apply relaxation more. Shamatha, we have to apply more concentration. The reason is the shamatha is more for beginner level. So we have so much going on, this worldly activity, daily situations, have to cut through this everything. We have to get rid of all our laziness, fogginess, sleeping, distractions, everything we have to cut through. And that's the reason we have a concentration, build up that, put more effort. So then when you into meditate, so you have to bring into relaxation. So this is a dependent individual too. So when your minds when you meditate, your mind is still too tight. It's lots of thoughts going on. And then you have to put more relaxation. Your body needed to more relaxation. So this relaxation you have to recognize two things, body or mind. So first one, concentration, means like your body also have to tighten up, not only mind concentration. Your body needed to tighten up, because you have fogginess, you have lazy and sleepy. That's the reason body also have to take up. The second relaxation is the body needs to relax. So your mind still you don't know you need to relax or not. Your body need to relax. Sometimes like your body is tired, you're too tight, it's no good. So you're into the meditate, your body need to relax. Then your mind is a still different situation. So your mind so sleepy, then need to tighten up. The mind have so much thoughts going on. Cut through the thoughts, and then try to relax your mind. Relaxation. So sometimes like you're too tight. So then that creates thoughts more and bring your relaxation. Your mind also bring the relaxation too. So when you are meditating on this described above and you started to get restless or grow weary of meditating, when the mind starts to become so active that it gets overly stimulated, just relax your body and mind and let yourself rest naturally. So then you have that kind of difficulty comes, and then you have to relax your body, relax your mind. But still, you have to cut thoughts. That means like this, still you have to cut your bodily activity. But this one is like when you in the meditation, then you just need more relax your body, relax your mind. So first one is kind of like engaging meditation, not engaging, like preparation meditation. This is like more engaging meditation. So first one is like without that you cannot get into meditation. So first like concentration is like you burn that and you meditate, then slowly you go into more relaxation. If you don't have this first one, you go relaxation, then you cannot get into the meditation. So that's like you have to know another method. Second method, also you have to recognize your own situation. Sometimes your mind is so much thought going on. Your mind is called monkey mind. So crazy. That time you apply this relaxation method of relaxation. Relax your mind, relax your body. Sometimes like you get, when you meditate, like your fogginess, sleepy, then use method apply for concentration, tight up. So that's all you have to recognize yourself, what you need to apply, what you need, which method you need. Okay, in the meditation, you have to recognize that. But first one is like just put you in the meditation. Second one, your meditation is going right direction. This two method is. When the mind, your rest naturally, within this state of concepts or emotional poison arise. So then when conceptual, emotion, thoughts arise, just immediately cut through them. Just cut through thoughts, emotions, conceptual thoughts arise, concepts arise, cut through that. If subtle, big-grown movement of mind occurs, do not try to repress this. So if the subtle background movement of mind occurs, means when you meditate, so you recognize you don't have a gross level thoughts and emotions. But when your mind is like more subtle, but still the subtle level, some movement, like mind is like sometimes like still and into thoughts, into like kind of like meditate, come off the type, like go in, come out like that. That time, don't try to cut, just leave like that. So same is like when you drive the car, you are stay on your lane and then sometimes like cut out, like this, and then come out, you go into your directions. But that kind of like when you need to meditate, like subtle level, big grown movement of mind occurs, that time do not try to repress this. That you don't try to cut through that. Don't try to remove that. Otherwise, your mind is so tight. Then you really cannot go into the meditate. So if you try to cut through that, then your mind is too tight, and you too much agitation. I think agitate. The correct word, agitate. Too strong become agitate. So that's the reason. Don't try to go that one. So when we meditate, you always have that. You know, when you're in the shamatha, kind of yes, going right direction, little bit movement, and like kind of subtle level thoughts, kind of like go off that, but you can back very easily into the meditation state. So then some, you know, like easy to go off, easy to go in. So like that, you kept that. We have to keep that. Don't try to get rid of that. Otherwise you get agitated. So that is like not only in this shamatha meditation. When you meditate Yadam Deity, when you meditate this Mahamudra, keep that one. So otherwise we get agitated and this strong distraction. So we are beginner meditation. We cannot remove that one, you know. So use that and keep into the right direction. Use that. Your awareness recognize, yeah, I lost. Okay, so bring back, and yeah, like kind of, yeah, your mind kind of like little bit into subtle thoughts, coming back into natural state. So that's where we have to follow. Don't try to get rid of that. Traditional, the track for beginner is, I say, background movement of mind echo. Do not try to repress this. Just let it is settle into its own state. Then you let be into that natural state. The track for beginners is to do many sections of short dactions. So this is for beginners. Beginners, we have to many short sections. Do many sections of short dactions. So we have to create many short sections. If you're going to meditate 1 hour, 10 minutes, so 6 times breakdown, 10 minutes. So that means like when you meditate 10 minutes after, don't get, you know, up from your cushion. Sit in your cushion, drink water, tea, or you can use something. Breathe, you know, then go back to meditate. But then also just you have to recognize like not really everything is like followed by 10 minutes. So your mind is like meditate, you recognize no, or mind is like more going into thoughts. You harder to keep in that talk. Then you do this, breathe and just drink water, go back into again. So that, you know, you maintaining, you know, kept that way. A couple sections, many sections is great. Sometimes people are wasting lots of time. You know, when you meditate, thoughts comes, don't recognize, follow the thoughts, become you cultivate the thoughts. So your body is meditating, your mind is not there. And then some people not only cultivate thoughts, cultivate emotions. Some people meditate, your mind comes more settled down, then easily emotional thoughts arise. So we recognize that usually you watch TV or going on something, you don't think much like something going on, right? So or it's like you just focus that doing things, forget. But when your mind is like relaxed, then you think, oh, I have to do this, I have to do that. So when you meditate, you recognize so many things you have to do. Sometimes like you forget what you have to do things, then you meditate, you remember everything again. So usually with our minds, so much distraction, follow the thoughts, we forget many things. So when you meditate, like minds become more subtle, go like relax, and you remember everything again. Oh yeah, then I have to do this, I have to do that. That, give you like obstacle or distracting. Then you get up and you're going to do that. So that is really wrong. Then you never get time to meditate. When you sit down and the mind become relaxed, then you remember everything. Whatever you remember, then just, oh, I have to call this person. Then you just right away, your hand is grab your phone. Oh, okay. Oh, I have to do something. So you just get up right away, your kitchen. Then you never ever get time to meditate. So we have to through that obstacle. When you meditate, you arise that obstacle. So group meditation helps for that. Group comes together. It's a little bit support each other and get through that obstacle. But individual has very hard to go through that. Especially at your home yourself, you meditate. That thoughts comes. That thoughts take you to everywhere. So that thought is really powerful. That's the reason when you sit down and mind becomes more calm down, subtle, calm down, and they remember everything. So many things important you have to do. That time you have to cut through that. And then you really go into meditate. So it's better. Then you can release that kind, activity, what you have to do things, you can release that, you into meditate. So when you meditate, then thoughts arise. Sometimes you don't recognize. Thoughts not recognize, thought take you to, and then small thoughts arise that take you to, little bit bigger than that, then goes all minds all over the place. Then you cultivating thoughts, thinking about yesterday, thinking about the last week, thinking about the last month, thinking about the last year, then thinking about the whole country, thinking about the whole world situation, then thinking about this, or the environment, then thinking about the business, like everything is brain, your mind. Very small, tiny thoughts take you to like that. Yeah. So you don't recognize. That's the reason have to short sections. That's the reason have to make short sections. If you don't have that problem, you don't have to create short sections. Short section also sometimes not too great too. So, sometimes like mind is peaceful, you can meditate longer is better. But some people cannot do that. That's the reason short section is good. Who has like so much thoughts going on, short section is great. Special method. Short section helps, not wasting time. You don't cultivate emotions. When you meditate, like say your mind is settled down, then thoughts arise, so something you're thinking about, then the thoughts take you to the emotion. Some is like desire, attachment, or some take you to the anger, because some like you hit someone, that person is like what saying words, what you talked, what situation, they always come to here right away. Then think about that, projecting that, and then follow that. That becomes like cultivate anger. Sometimes like you are attached to something, so that thoughts arise here, then thinking about that, cultivate that, become into the attachment. So all these emotions bring when you meditate. If we cannot stop the thoughts, that's the reason we have to cut through thoughts and recognize when thoughts comes and back into the put in mind meditation. Also short sections, create short sections. So then these are traditional oral instructions. Oral instruction means a very special method. Pema Sambhava gave this instruction. He said, oral instruction means, he said, create short sections, short documents. He talked about one example. Example is like Kanging Tikpanaji. Kanging Tikpanaji means like very old house, licking, licking drop. The licking drop is like drop 1, then after wire 2, after wire 3, no stop, never stop. So like that, he said meditate is no stop. Put effort, like short sections. We have to create that, meditate. So all the house licking is like no stop all the time. Drip is coming. Whole summer is never stopped. So licking, that is like traditional, very old house. Maybe this time is a house is different because we're using different method of things. When build the house, So some old house like licking is never stopped. Always water is somewhere holding somewhere. So then drops like that, and we have to put effort like that. Sections continually, unstopped. So meditate. If you concentrate too long, there is a danger of causing agitation and overstimulation. So if we too concentrate so strong, then it's a danger of causing agitation and overstimulation as it arises. If you relax too long, there is a danger of falling into laxity, dullness, and lethargy, since each person will have different predominant tendencies based on his or her constitution. The practice should be tailored to suit the individual's nature and constitution. So this is the reason is why we have to relaxation, why we have to concentration. So that's reason, we have to do that practice. Then, for example, a person with a predominantly earth element constitution will tend toward lethargy and dullness, and thus may have trouble with clarity of awareness. So we have, our body has like 5 elements. Then which element is strong? So then that person has different, different conditions. So that's the reason we have to apply different method. Some person earth elements more strong than wind elements. So earth elements is so strong, then what problem comes more? It's because it's problems lethargy and dullness. Earth elements dullness is when you want to meditate for sleep. So that is person is like earth elements so strong. What that person need? That person need to apply concentration, tightness, and thus may have trouble with the clarity of awareness. Then that person no really clear mind, then no awareness. Just always mind is dull and foggy and easy to go sleep. Many people has that problem. In this case, he or she should focus more on concentration. So have to put more effort. A person with a predominant wind element constitution will tend towards monkey mind and excitation and overstimulation. Such a person should focus more on relaxation. So some people has monkey mind, crazy monkey mind, always thoughts. never relax their own mind, cannot go sleep, cannot get sleep because of so much thoughts going on and too much worrying, too much thoughts, and so much distraction going on. So if you have that kind, problem, then you have to put more relaxation. The eye also, when you meditate, eye contact also put more close to your eyes, down the nose. It's better, If you see other objects, it's like more distraction. So this all is a method. Yesterday I told you, shamatha is very easy to meditate, but problem is we don't know which method we have to apply. So method is very important. Without this method, we cannot meditate. Like always we get obscurations. So that's the reason we have so many things cut through. And some needed to we put effort, some area we needed to put relax. So that is always change. Sometimes you need relaxation, sometimes you need, tightness too. Sometimes your mind is monkey mind, sometimes your mind is fogginess. So always your elements is change. So this instruction is followed by individual elements. This followed by the element, 5 element, which is strong. So your body also got that, your body get that, and the mind also affected by body's elements. So then such a person should focus more on relaxation. If we do not understand the key point of balancing the extremes of lethargy and overstimulation, we run the risk of meditating incorrectly. So if we don't know this method, then that's the reason we are, run the risk of meditating incorrectly, go to incorrect way. So many people meditate, but their meditators are not successful. Why is meditation not successful? Whose problem? Meditation problem, teaching problem, or the person's problem? Usually people blame to put finger to meditation problem. They don't recognize their own meditating is not going right direction, don't know using this method. So, they say, oh, meditation no benefit. I did meditate, no benefit. Actually, meditation benefit, meditation is always correct, but problem is, our problems, we don't use correct method apply when we need. So maybe we always holding same thing, one. So that doesn't work all the time. Our elements is a change. Then when you meditate morning, afternoon, evening, always different. No same. So we have to apply different method. If we don't know different method, then we say, oh, meditation is wrong. But meditation is not wrong. Meditation is always the same. Meditation always get benefit, but we're not doing correctly. That's why, not successful our meditation. So if we wanted to be our meditations be successful, have to use this method. We have to apply this different method. We have to understand which method we need. So we have to apply different method. So that is this shamatha. But vipassana also use different method. Shamatha is more beginner. Shamatha is try to, main point is try to relax our mind, stable our mind, stop the thoughts, stop the emotions, become minds, be with awareness, present, peaceful, abiding. So that is the shamatha goal. And vipassana goal is more higher than that. Okay, so that's the reason vipassana also use this shamatha method, but they also have to use a different method. If vipassana don't use something different method, cannot reach enlightenment. Shamatha not actually talking about enlightenment goal. Goal is not talking about enlightenment. Shamatha goal is stable mind. Mind is not follow the thoughts, stop the emotions, relax, peace, joy, bring in our mind. So that is the goal. So that's the reason we apply this method. When we get into the vipassana, then of course we use this method, and plus we have to use another method. It's that method to take you into the Buddhahood. Okay. So that's the finished teaching today. I think we finished the shamatha there today. Yeah, it's shamatha is finished. So we leave there, and then evening 7 o'clock we have a I can take caution, and we can meditate together. So group meditation helps cut through that. When you meditate, oh, I have to do this, I have to do that, that everything come to your mind, you can let go of that. And you can cut through all these worldly activities. That's the reason we group meeting together, bring in together, meditate, helps that. So otherwise, like say, oh, I have to go to somewhere, I'm going to do that. Or then I know, oh, I have meditation today. Then that keeps me in their, program. So that helps become, let go all these worldly things, many cut through there. And when we aim to go into meditate, so many thoughts arise, we can cut through that. So this group practice meditation together, support for that. So we need that. Thank you, everyone. I'm going to chant the dedication prayer.
Thank you. I have to go. The painters are almost here, so it's time for me to get to work painting.
Okay, we're sharing this. Sharing the screen, so you can follow the screen. I'm going to chant the Tibetan. So screen slowly move, recognize which I'm chanting, okay? Emma oi ngom zara sanje nawa na ye da ye se jo tu je mo dang yong de sen ban de jian do na lai san je san sen ban min ko ji ko de jian ngom zara ba de me ba ye de wa jin ye sa ve xian gam de大雁的那森不就嘛的，结外人家把麦就把人，在人间难得相同学那个大个木兰大班的，手着三节三生当姐姐，跟面着把心结拉的说。咿呀哒本尊者呀，阿瓦波的那耶娑上觉僧觉仁波切，马杰巴那杰就杰，耶巴娘巴贝巴呀，公耶公登贝瓦修。So nam de ye dam je zi ba ye to na yin be da na bang ze de ji kai nam je ba lo yin zhu ba Seven Zolen Doa Doa Yon Jamba Bave Jataran Jemba Tang Genda Zambo Deyan Dejen Pedai Genje Jiza Dala Jenge Wan De Dai Tam Jera Mo Shizai Genze Genjen Jije Tenderen Ela Wandun Jigong Genjen Barje Demba Zende Barje Do De Zan Gomben Zen George Om Mane Bene 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 Thank you, everyone. Thank you,
Thank you.
Buddha
Thank you,
Amitabha.
Campo.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very
Thank
much.
you, Campo.
Is the meditation at 7 Eastern time?
See you later.
Is the meditation
4 o'clock.
4 o'clock?
Eastern time.
Okay.
7
So
o'clock.
how's today the internet okay?
Pardon? What?
Campo?
Everyone here or no?
No, no one
Yeah.
did it.
Yes.
Yes.
I didn't.
The morning was really great, Kempo, till you dropped off, and then your phone was fine
Something
for the last
going on.
hour.
I cannot hear it, but
Oh,
Oh,
it's okay. So we finished teaching.
okay.
some people.
Bye.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people were